Last month, to celebrate the works of Sehhrab Shahid ثالث, I arranged to shoot a film, interviewing him on his life and his works. But 3 days before the shooting, he died and left me with a great sense of loss and sorrow and many unanswered questions. I shot some video of him when he first came to Chicago last summer and also a few days before his death. It is so unbelievable now to look at his video, knowing that he has already become a myth, since his images are still so painfully fresh. I feel so fortunate that I came to know him ever since last year when he moved to Chicago. Until then, I knew him. ثالث, the great realist who could portray the dark aspects of human experiences in a non-dramatic, non-sentimental style with a graceful rhythm and a poetic language. ثالث's films reflect his profound awareness of estrangement and oppression.
Heil Hitler, Frau Marbach. Jetzt können Sie es mir ja sagen, wo ich hingehöre. Erziehungsanstalt? Oder vielleicht ins KZ?
Hansi, bitte.
Ich will es aber wissen, wo ich hingehöre. Gehöre ich nicht hierher? Zu meiner Mutter?
Wer schreit denn hier rum? Was ist los?
Lass sie, Karl, die sind es nicht wert.
Deine Unverschämtheit wird schon noch vergehen, du!
Jude, Sie es doch.
Bitte, Hans.
Wie dein Kleid nach zu viel Parfüm roch, wie das war beim allerersten Mal. Du mit nassen Schuhen und deinem Schal, ich den Schirm in meiner linken Hand. Als der Winterregen Pate stand und weißt du noch, in dem doofen Schirm da war
Carola, ich hab dich lieber als jeden Rausch gehabt. Ich mag dich, verstehst du mich?
Jetzt auf einmal.
Ich liebe dich. Ich liebe dich.
So hat sich noch niemand von mir verabschiedet. Stell mir das Auto vor die Haustür. Walla, du bist ein Idiot. Ein Idiot.
I'd like to talk about 2 films which have influenced me the most, A Simple Event and Diary of a Lover. ثالث focuses on the ordinary, repetitive details of the child's mundane life in silence.
I am thinking, even today, 1997, nobody is thinking that the life ended. I didn't do a movie about the end of life. I did it about life.
But did you have any intention, or was it accidental that you chose Bandar Shah, which was end of the track line? Also, Far From Home, he's at the end of the track where he works.
That's true, because Bandar Shah for me is dead end.
Dead end.
بعد بچه‌رم که توی مدرسه توی بندرشاه انتخاب کردیم، یعنی بچه ها رو همه رو صف کرده بودیم، من نگاه کردم دیدم این بچه قیافه و چشماش چیزیست که فرانک کاپرا هم گفت، خیلی باهوش. بیرون و چند تا تست ازش کردم، دیدم بهش میگفتم تون برو تون میرفت، میگفتم یواش برو یواش، و در عمرش سینما نرفت. تلویزیون هم خونهشون نداشت، برای اینکه خودش و مادرش و پدرش توی آلونک زندگی میکرد. بعد تیم فیلم برداری اومد، من دیدم وای چه روزگاری شده. آب نبود تو مسافرخونه، ما با کوکاکولا در مسواک میزدیم، دندون میشست. من بندرشاه رو قبل از این فیلم دیده بودم و عاشق اتمسفر بندرشاه. خیلی روسیه، میدونید، یا روسی بود. در نتیجه گفتم باید اینجا اتفاق. I wanted just to tell, at that time I was 27 years old, I wanted to tell that here, behind of this wall, are trains. They are from Gorgan to Tehran, and from Tehran back, and the life goes on.
The most moving scene in the film is when the boy comes home and sees the empty bed of his dead mother. I feel I'm not watching the boy in the film, but myself, as if it was me looking at myself, at my own childhood, at my own empty bed. The film shows the story of a man who works in a grocery store as a butcher. Throughout the film, he is waiting for his fiancée to come back. As we hear his thoughts in his journal, the woman has left him following a quarrel. The man lives by himself in his apartment and has no contact with the outside world. Again, ثالث, with a simple storyline and a quiet language, has created an image that is complex. The experience of living in a cage, captive of one's own pain and losses, the idea of entrapment, is a very strong theme of the film, which is visually emphasized. The several slow zooms to the small windows of a major apartment complex, intercut with the slow movement away from the silhouette of the man who is waiting by the window, show the two possibilities of his environment, which is hopeless. We get a sense that all those people who are living are prisoners of the system, and that behind each window there is a man like him who is waiting, an idealist or a dreamer. He spent his entire vacation at home, waiting for his fiancée to return. One could call him a crazy man, since he's waiting for someone who is not seen throughout the film, except at the end when they found her dead body under his bed. What a powerful, almost surreal image, reminiscent of the image of a woman in Heda. The film also refers to the nightmarish experience of exile, a separation from one's root and homeland, of living in an isolated world where the only possible change is that of your hairstyle and the color of your walls.
What do you mean, the isolation of main character?
Well, let's say a lack of connection, lack of communication or connection, especially emotional.
Listen, in my mind, this problem exists today more and more than that time. And
You mean that time of the time of your film?
yes. And I want to tell you that the loneliness of human being is very sad. We have lost all our feeling and sentiment on that spot, and we lose it each day more. I cannot change the world.
I saw Diary of a Lover 21 years ago. I didn't understand it then. I thought it was too long and too cruel. Now looking at it again, I saw how beautiful it portrays and understands the hopelessness. For all I know, in my case, it could have been a man dead under my bed and me wasting all my life looking and waiting for him to come. آقای شهید از من اون شعر رو بخونی؟
بله چشم.
شعرتون یادتونه یا
بله.
خطاشو یادتون بیارم؟ یادتونه؟
بله.
میتونی لطفا بخونی؟
یک باره پیر شدم. یک باره پیر شدم. توی آینه نگاه کردم. آینه هم پیر شده بود. آنگاه کودکی خود را به خاطر آوردم. در آن زمان سال خورده و فرتوت بودم. آینه از شعف خندید. That's all.
At the end of Still Life, the old man faces the mirror on the wall and removes it before leaving the room. The mirror just shows his image, the surface. And when he removes it, the ruined wall behind it reveals what he really is.